Oh, then it's not.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I like it. We're over there working on floors and paint stuff. We're never done. Never done.
Yeah.
You have to check on. Well, they teach it on the classes and all the time. Like it, I mean, you could have died on the way there in a car much easier. That could have happened. Or you could have took a flight about the same thing. But it's anything could happen. We've been very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. Creepers, like I say, the biggest one we get, and we get them in car a lot, and they'll just call random females, and they'll say, "We win sheets, and then they always got to sing to you. The stalkers love. I don't know, but we haven't had anybody. Not lately.
So, Bill, how were they breathing again?
That's what Cynthia was telling me. Okay, anyone else waiting on? Okay, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for coming. Welcome to our first meeting of 2017 over here in our new space. Thank you all for the kickoff meeting. We're rounding up the last little bit of independent contractor agreements. If you haven't turned that in, please do so. Hope the meeting was quite nice. I hope that you enjoyed having both the mayor, chairman of HAR, the president of HAR there. I think there are many firms that have had that or whatever, especially with the level of consistency that we've had. So, and that's a testament to you guys also. I mean, they wouldn't come over there to talk to me, they came to speak to you as well. I thought there were some good ideas. Immediately, Bob Hill, contacted me back an hour after that meeting about the comments that we had to fix some of those things. So I know that they were working on those things. I don't really even know what the status of that was, but I know that they took your comments seriously, and I took some of his comments seriously about things that we needed to be doing in 2017, and we'll be trying to incorporate some of that. Also, Coach of the New Year, thank you for coming to that. 300 or 400 of our closest friends over there at my house. I hope that you enjoyed it. We're over there trying to redo the floors one more time after that. Another dinner. But no, it was quite lovely. Thank you for your participation. I think your clients enjoyed it. It was a great opportunity for us to kind of kick off the year. And then that was tied to transitioning over this door. And thank you for putting up with our stuff being in U-Haul trailers for about 10 days. The lovely city of Houston had shut us down for just a little bit, but we have solved all those problems. And we're really enjoying this space. It's going to be different. It's kind of odd to explain, but we're hanging out over here for a year. But it just is what it is. And I think it is kind of showing our commitment back to the neighborhood that we're investing back into that other building. Here's a prototype of the building again right there for you to show your clients. But this has been very well received. And we are liking this space. This is truly about the same amount of space, square footage-wise, that we had at 1545 Heights Boulevard. But you can see that it's really a more efficient use of space. No big staircases and things of that nature. The new space on the second floor is not quite, but almost double this size. So we'll have about 5,200 square feet on the second floor, plus a 1,400 square foot patio for us to have lunch and do trainings and outdoor events there. And then we have about a little larger than this space right here on the first floor. And, it's not all totally designed, but I mean, the receptionist, the floor time, those sort of things, conference rooms would kind of be on the first floor at ground level, where there'll be a little cafe. And I think we'll get more walk-in traffic from that. And then we'll have this space upstairs that will it's kind of like Ritual, you know, if you go and you eat over there. The little deceiving thing about Ritual is their ceiling height is actually higher than ours. So I was at B&B Butcher Shop, if you happen to go there on Washington, and you go to the second floor and you want to get a feel for what it's going to be like, it's kind of like that. It's exposed trusses and open ductwork, some brick walls and some shiplap walls. There's some raised areas. It's, you know, there'll be area kind of like Friends, for those of us that are old enough and Friends, you know, where the couches kind of are, and we can sit and interact, and then of course all kinds of different areas and stuff going on there. So as we find out more, I'll share more with you there, but I think it's going to be a really good deal. We will not do the same thing. The plan is to be open over there about the 1st of December. Nothing from here is going there. We would just keep this one open through Christmas and that one, and then in January we'll just transition over there. So we won't be moving a computer from here to there. You know, it'll be an easier transition, I think. So as we get further along over there, we'll have, you know, some meetings and tours and stuff. But I think it's going to be neat. I am out touring other cities, LA, San Francisco, some of these things, to look at some of these, you know, 75, 80 person real estate companies who are more technologically savvy than I am to understand how they run their offices. So if you know of a good real estate firm that I should see anywhere in the world, let me know and I'll take a weekend and go take a look at it. So we've hit the ground running. I think this January has been better than many Januaries, certainly better than last January when oil was at $26 a barrel. A couple of things I think parlays that. The stabilization of oil has helped to some degree. The market is stronger today, you know, a solid oil base than it was. It had been in turmoil. Being post-election, I think, is giving people just some little, you know, at least that part is over. It doesn't matter how you feel about what's going on. At least you have, it's certainty that we're not in the election mode. And if you study real estate post-election, and it does not matter if it's, and like I said, we've studied this before. You can follow Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan to Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton to George Bush. And I mean, you can follow. We tend to go from Democrat to Republican to Democrat to Republican. Americans never like what they have. They like to bitch. And like I say, we want $3 worth of goods, and we only really want to pay $1 for them. And it doesn't really work. But I mean, it's always been this country that switched from party to party, especially in the White House. And after an election, there's generally been a period of prosperity. Wouldn't matter if that was Obama years, or that was George Bush years, or Bill Clinton years. And I think you're going to see the same thing. You can hear me now greater than ever. I give this talk a lot. People laugh. You know, it doesn't matter how you feel about Donald Trump. He will be good for the oil and gas industry. He will be good for the state of Texas and the city of Houston. I mean, there will be a period of prosperity in business. Like I say, we may not have a tree left, and we may not be able to breathe the air, but it's going to be good for oil and gas. They care less about the environment, but we're going to pump a lot of oil, and it's good for Houston, Texas. And so I think you're going to see a continual optimism. Of course, the city's optimistic with the Super Bowl and those sort of things also, but the general state of the market is good. I think you will see home sales continue to rise throughout what is 2017. You know, realize 2016 still was the single busiest year, the largest number of sales in the history of the Houston Association of Realtors, even with the first 6 months being not so good. So it was a banner year, and I don't think we've done a good enough job to explain to people it was a banner year in sales, had more sales than any other year in the history of the association. When the weather in January is 70 degrees, it's easier to sell houses. Remember, there are lots of these Januaries where it's cold, wet, and rainy, and people are less likely to get out. But the general feel and pulse of residential real estate is strong. In Area 9 and Area 16, I'm seeing it. And we've been talking, I was going to try and wait and put a large number of listings on the 1st of March. But because I feel like the market is stronger, and because the weather has been so much nicer, I've been sampling a few of these houses. 608 Burn is a prime example. It's an oversized lot, 50 by 140. on Burn Street, not in a historic district. So remember, you can finagle a little bit more not in a historic district than you can in a historic district. A typical bungalow I sold them 10 years ago, but the porch is cracking, it's slate tile, it has one bathroom in between 2 bedrooms, it has a very tiny kitchen, it has an add-on porch or whatever with the sloping ceiling and the sloping floor that was enclosed. It's not the greatest house on earth, it's pleasant man. It's been a good investment. The one next door sold for what they were asking for, and they tore it down, $641,000. So I decided, I think that house is worth $575,000. I was nervous that we would get under contract. We sent John Feaster, it needs about $2,000 worth of foundation work. When it rained, the water got in the back wall of the porch and the electric started to flicker. I'm going to be a realistic person about how those inspections were going to be. They weren't going to be that great. It was a tear down garage 10 years ago. It's still a tear down garage. He hasn't done a thing to it. So I decided I would throw it under lots for just a second. We were going to try it for 2 weeks, just put it under lots, not even under single family house. I didn't want the days in the market to kick against me on single family. And I'll be damned if we didn't have 3 offers almost immediately. 2 were going to save it, and 1 was going to tear it down. And we took a full price offer of someone who would close in about 10 days and give them back a rent back for a month for free. It doesn't get much better for my client. We don't have to worry about any inspections. We don't have to worry about any repairs. And it was just interesting to see, and that's about $84, $85 a foot for dirt, which is about the highest we've gotten since oil was at $100 a barrel. And it was interesting to see that phenomenon. 730 Redan's kind of the same way. I don't know if you saw it. It is the most marginal bungalow zoned to Travis Elementary. I sold it to them for $225,000. They started working on it 3 or 4 years ago. It doesn't have any tile in the floor of the bathroom. It basically was rotten, and I made him tear it out and at least put plywood down. It's got this porch addition that's pure crap. He doesn't have enough money to finish out the kitchen, and it's just marginal. It smells like dog. It just does. And we made it look really pretty on the MLS, but it really wasn't. It's on a very busy corner, and I barely knew how to price it. I told him to me. I think it's worth about $375. Market's kind of strong at the moment. You look at some of the others, and I was trying to compare to P-Core, I was trying to compare to some other things. We put it for $419,900. We had multiple offers once again. So we took an offer at full price. We took it back up higher than asking price. All this is happening in the last week, just to kind of give you a feel for the marketplace. I am bidding on a number of land deals in Westview. I keep getting beat because same thing. People want to use last year's number, and you're just going to have to use a more optimistic number. If you want land in the museum district, or you want land in a good section of Westview, it doesn't matter what the comp is. If you want it, you're going to pay that plus 10%. If everyone else paid $110 a foot, if you want it, you're going to have to pay $120 a foot. And I just kind of mention this because I think the state of the market too. I'm showing the police chief houses in Westview. He can't live in the city of Westview, so he has to live in the city of Houston portion, close to the city of Westview. And he wants a deal. He wants to bid $50,000 less than the asking price, and you just get laughed at. We were laughing again last night. They do have a sense of humor in the police department that he needs to start looking in Katy, because we can get you what you want there, but I can't get what you want in Southgate or Southampton or Boulevard Oaks. We're not being realistic over here if you really want to buy a house. And I think we got to remember, this is January. This isn't March. About 4% of all sales happen in the month of January of the calendar year. And only about 4.5% of sales happen in February also. And then you jump up to 12% in March and 12% in April. So you sell significantly more houses in the spring season than you do in January and February. So I think you need to, be working to get some listings. We have, my team has about 20 more listings that we have been working on that are designed to go on at the 1st of March. One at Memorial for $3 million, Westview for $2.5 million, several multi-million-dollar things in the Heights. some $500,000 things, just a little bit of everything. And as I feel the market is rising, I'm gonna put some of them on. I put on Mosby Circle yesterday for $1,389,000. It's a 14,000 square foot lot in the Heights, not in a historic district. It's a beautiful house, but it's not, it's a 23-year-old house. You know, the laundry is in the pantry in the kitchen downstairs. You know, there's the bathroom, the guest bathroom for both kids' rooms. You have to go out into the hallway. I mean, it's a small house. It's a beautiful house. It's a small house. But I will venture to tell you that I will also get multiple offers, because if you want in the Heights and you want a 14,000 square foot lot, there's just only so many of them. So we'll see. I'll be curious to see how that
It's an odd shaped lot too.
It's an odd shaped lot.
In the back.
It has a 50-foot pool, you know, I mean, someone's gonna love that land. And how much is the land worth versus the house? Is it $1 million lot and $200,000 house, or what is it? It won't appraise. I mean, I know it's not gonna appraise because there's not anything comparable to it. But I think just test our waters and see kind of how that works over there. But the general state of the market is good, and I think going to get increasingly better unless there's something catastrophic. You have some war with Iran or something. I mean, all bets are off over there, but I hope that doesn't happen. We're not sure who has the nuclear codes. They don't know who has them over there. Some of us got them.
What did you price that odd shape, that house at?
$1,389,000. So we have a lot of houses. If you have to, you know, so I'm going to add a 3-car garage. I'm going to add a one with 12-foot ceilings. I'm going to add a few of these houses. I'm going to might do 1 or 2 more today or tomorrow, and then I'll wait until after the Super Bowl next Tuesday, Wednesday. If the weather's good like this, I'll add a few more out there and kind of see what happens. But I can tell there are a number of buyers who have been on the fence, waiting past the election, waiting to this year, waiting till the economy was a little further along in order to make a move. And so I think you just kind of need to prepare yourself for that. If you've had a listing that's been on for 90 days, you know, I'm dealing with one of Star's deals. She was a little on codeine, I think, yesterday. I'm dealing with her issues. You know, she gives me this long reason why we can't sell this house at a number, and then I call her client and tell her what Star told me to tell her, and I'll be damned if we can get an offer 1 hour later, more than what it was that we told her she ought to list the house for. And I was trying to tell her, you can't compare to December and January. You know, those were bad months in those deals. It's going to get significantly better over there.
And
So
it happens every year.
happens every year.
January is a new animal.
That's
I
right.
mean,
It's just totally different. Totally different over there. We do have up for you, then we're going to put on back agent. Have we done so already? You know, this kind of impact of interest rates. And as you deal, especially with the lower price houses, 200, 400, 600, the impact of interest rates is more important than it is to the guy at $1.5 million. He really doesn't care. He needs the write-off anyway. But as we start rising into this quarter point mode, you know, from 375 to 4, you can see that we keep adding what is about $20 for every 160,000. You know, so you can tell as we go up. So I would say today, what is the going interest rate today? And I think you have to tell people 4 1/4. I don't think you should tell them 3.75. I think it's possible to, if you have an extended period of time, to lock in lower than 4 1/4. But I think we need to be telling people the going interest rate's 4 1/4. Okay? That's okay. Good answer. Okay, I got verification. You know, it may go up or down a little bit more, but today the going rate probably 4 1/4. And I think you must certainly prepare for the summer for it to be 4 1/2. Okay? They will go up again if the economy continues along the same path that it's been, which I anticipate to probably happen. So interest rates probably are going to be about 4 1/2 at the time that we get to people locking in rates, you know, for the summertime. They'll probably linger there a little bit, and then you'll see some more growth of the economy, and they could bump up. We probably will be looking here next year at interest rates around 5%, which we all used to think was a very low interest rate. I mean, I can't tell you how many years we thought 7.5 was a good interest rate, and then we thought 6 was a really good interest rate, and then we thought 5.5 was a really good interest rate.
And those amounts go up as they increase each time, so it's not just 2288 goes up to 2324, it's 2288
From the one before.
from the one before,
Yeah.
and then another 2324, and then another 2324.
Yeah, and so it can be, it gets to be a pretty significant number. If you're talking about $600,000, the difference between a payment at 3.75 and 5 is, $400 or $500. And it makes some difference. I mean, it does. But if you have your money in the bank instead of earning 0%, you're finally going to earn 0.5%. But interest rates are going up. We have this in back agent. We have a little sheet for you to, cheat on if you're sitting with someone and you want to talk to them about the impact of interest rates. I mean, I don't think we're going much lower than that. I think that we will hover here and inch ourselves up, and that's probably the going philosophy. Rich people want interest rates to go up. Only poor people want interest rates to stay low. Rich people don't have to pay a lot of interest, they earn interest. So if rich people are in charge of Washington, interest rates will go up. That's just how it works over there. So, impact of interest rates hasn't. I don't think we've lost a lot of sales over interest rates yet. I mean, we might at some point if they get too high, especially people on the fence, the teacher, the first-time home buyer could get priced out relatively quickly. We certainly have lost sales. We have lost people over the Trump impact. I mean, I think it scares foreign nationalists. We've lost a buyer in the $2 million range who was from Mexico City, who was looking to relocate, trying to do business. He's scared about his business in the Trump administration. So you're going to lose a little, you might gain some also, but you're going to lose a little over the Trump effect and the uncertainty. But I don't think we've really lost any over interest rates. Yeah. Questions over interest rates? Okay. All right, let's just talk, because it's come up again, it's our time for our yearly review over the commission split. When times are really, really, really bad, people don't tend to give us a hassle over commissions. They're willing to pay 6% because they see the value of a realtor, they see it takes longer to sell out. The better the economy gets, the more that people don't see the value of paying realtors a 6% commission. They really don't. So it's not like I don't get asked all the time to reduce my commission. Will you do it for 5? I'm buying and selling, will you do it for 5? I mean, I know I'm getting asked, and I know that you're getting asked. And I get it. But so I want you to see how I often deal with it. This is me, this isn't you. But if I'm willing to say this, you have to understand. You have to find a role of what it is that you can say. So this is my $1.8 million house over on Morrison that I'm going to sell. I listed their house in Tanglewood before. I had it listed for $2.95 million. I spent 9 months listing the damn thing. They unlist with me. They list with John Dahlgren. They lower the price to $2.1 million, and they sell the damn thing. I could have sold it. We had offers at 2.4 when I had it for 2.95, but of course they knew more than I did. So this is them. They bought a house from me. Seller paid the commission. That was fine. So now we're going to resell this house. We're going to downsize to another deal. So he mentions that, go up a little, the one before, that he was wanting to, so he sent me this little deal. He wants to go for it. I told him $1.8 million. I didn't tell him $1.88 million. I told him $1.8 million was the high. I told him the most expensive house to sell in 2016 was $1.65 million. I didn't care what his appraised value was or anything. The most I think we can get is $1.795 million. That's what I told him. So he wanted to start at $1.88 million. He wants a 5% fee. He wants a 6-month term. And then we go month to month or something like that. So I reply back to him. Thanks. I want to address his points over here. I have never been able to figure out ethically, morally, or from a business standpoint, how to give one person a discount without giving another person a discount. The person that asked versus the person that doesn't ask. My best friend versus someone that I just met. From a business standpoint, I don't understand it. you've got to understand this about me. I'm very consistent. Everyone in this firm, everyone is on the exact same commission split. I don't have to think about it. I don't negotiate it. I don't care if you're Mike Spears or Tim Surratt or whoever you were you interviewed. We're all on the exact same split. I know Melissa's on the same split, that Rhonda is, that Tony is, that Bradley is. I don't have to think about it. We're all on the exact, because it's the only, it wouldn't be fair for me to give Melissa 68.25 and not somebody else. I can't sleep at night not worrying about how it works. So we're all on the exact same split. And the only difference to that is that I stay at 75% the entire time. 73, whatever we are. What are we on? I stay at 70%. As I get to 5.5 and 10 million and 12 million and 20 million, I keep it at 70% and I give the firm 30% of everything that I do. And I give the firm 100% of all the leases that I do. Okay? So I'm just wanting you to have information because it comes up. I put into this firm in 2016 $345,000. And the next person put in 140,000. The next person put in 125 and staggers down pretty significantly from there, whatever. So I put in 3.5 times more than the next 8 people put in. Okay? So I'm on that same split. It's my contribution to Boulevard Realty. So I'm in these interviews. I'm in the mode of interviewing top producing agents to see if they want to join us in our new building over there. And sometimes they say, well, it seems like the Bill Baldwin show. Seems like there's a lot of Bill Baldwin going on. Okay? And there is probably some reason. I am the face of Boulevard Realty. I am the broker. I am the owner. I pay in when we lose money. I mean, I'm the one that's responsible if we get sued. So I feel like Martha Turner is the image of Martha Turner, you know, or, I mean, someone has to have an image. I am the image of Boulevard Realty. I'm not going to shy away from that or whatever. But I pay in my fair share along the way. I'm subsidizing the firm so that, now I keep my 70%, so I wasn't poor or anything, and I want you to think that. But I put in more than my fair share along the way of the firm to keep us afloat over here. And it allows us to take some ads out in Houston Modern Luxury or City Book or one of those other things. They're not the most significant amount of money, but if I didn't pay in 70%, we wouldn't be able to afford those sort of things. And it does, I think, increase our profile into the realtor world, into the business world, that indirectly, I think, helps all of us over there. So I only mention that because we're going back to this commission thing. You know, so I have to be able to tell people, I'm sorry, this firm does not reduce its commission because I haven't ethically, and you can see exactly what I say. I have not ethically ever come to terms with changing different commissions to different sellers. Row and Ride has $50 million worth of listings. Modern Bungalow has $26 million worth of listings. 58% of our clients buy and sell this, and they're all at 6%. I can't stay in business by lowering to 5%, and I'm not willing to sleep. I can't sleep at night knowing that we lowered for one and not for someone else.
That is such a good thing.
I just cannot figure it out. I mean, and when I explain it this way, you know what he did? He turned right around and signed the listing agreement at 6%. An issue, they're going to ask. But fundamentally, they need to know that the reason Boulevard Realty is successful is because we have 26 listings with Modern Bungalow, that we have 200 listings spread out throughout the city, and the $100,000 listings provide us strength in numbers. They give us visibility. We may make more money on a $1.7 million house, but you know how expensive the $2.9 million listing was? I probably spent $15,000 on that Tanglewood house that never sold. And the only reason I was able to spend that money is because I had a lot of $300,000 listings that paid the bills. And the $300,000 listings do pay the bills. And the other things give us a little bonus money along the way. If we only had listings over $1 million, we'd have 10 listings and we would be insignificant in the marketplace. It's because we have the mixture of both small, medium, and large that makes the firm more what it is, I think. So you'll have to figure out exactly what you're going to say, but I want you to see, I have to say it all the time also. I appreciate you asking. The firm charges 6% to everyone, since Bill has owned the firm, we have not yielded on this deal, because ethically, I can't figure out one way to reduce the price or commission for one and not everyone. And I mean, you don't necessarily have to say that. The easiest thing for you to say is, my broker doesn't allow it, we charge everyone the same.
Yeah.
And that is really the easiest thing. Or, if you need me, I will be able to speak to them and explain it to them. But I mean, any questions about this? I mean, I know it comes up. And it comes, like I said, it comes up with me. They back down a little easier. And yeah, do I lose some listings because we don't reduce the commission? Yes, I'm going to lose some. I know you're going to lose some commission. My general thought is, you didn't earn any money by that listing yet. You only earned it if we sold something. And just don't know that you want to do business with people that are always looking for the reduction in the commission rate. If they can't see the value, there is, and I had this conversation with them, there is always someone that will do it cheaper. I mean, there's no doubt that there's plenty of Remax agents or Keller Williams agents or Redfin agents that will do it cheaper. But can they do it better? Can they do it with integrity? Can they protect them? Can they continue to be a referral? I mean, for an extended period of time, there's value in what we do, and we have to be able to sell that value. But I mean, it's not like you're not going to get asked, and you're going to have to practice. What is it that we say? And when you're approached by a seller or a buyer who wants a kickback or one of those sort of things, you need to role play. You can role play with me, you can role play with Aaron, you can role play with one another, Rhonda. I mean, that's what they're designed for. But I mean, you have to be able to say, and it will, as the economy kicks up, houses sell themselves. When houses sell themselves, and they sell real quickly, then people want to know, why did I pay 6% for it? There was going to be multiple offers, and you got over the asking price. What do I need to pay all that money for? That's a lot of money for 608 burn. I brought value to his neighborhood over the last decade. I helped his constable program and his schools on his shared decision-making committee and his historic district and his deed restrictions and his city and his hiking bike trail. We helped him get $400,000 of net worth in a decade. That's more than he made in income over that decade. So, I mean, there's value to what it is that we do, and it's never made with one transaction. It's a cumulative deal. It's 700 transactions that got us through 2016.
Maybe we can do a script for the agents that basically says what this says.
Sure, we can do it. I mean, I've done some other scripts before. We can do it. I don't know that you necessarily have to say that, but you can say the firm is very consistent in its commission structure. And it's never figured out a way to discount for one versus the other. Do you set a threshold and say over $1 million you reduce, or if you do 3 transactions, do you reduce, or if you live in a zip code, do you reduce? I mean, we're not going to reduce for the lower priced houses. It doesn't seem very ethical to charge the people who have less money a higher commission than people with more money. I mean, I can't figure it out. It'd be like having 3 kids and giving one more than the other all the time. I mean, I'm not able to sleep at night not knowing I charge Brandon's family 6% every time. He sits beside me. He makes me money. Every time he sells a house, I make money. And I charge his family the exact same commission as I did Mr. Teeter here. And I am good drinking friends with 98% of my clients, and I charge them the exact same amount. Because I can't figure out how to do it. I charge Ann Colada 6%. I mean, every one of my best friends, I charge Chris Silkwood 6% over there. I mean, I can't not charge the same for everyone. And would they like a discount? Sure they would. But they see the value in my services and our services, and so that's how it works. Yes.
We really don't negotiate with our doctors or our lawyers.
Right.
So low.
It's not that they won't try.
It's
Not that they won't try.
What if you went to work and they said, you're doing a great job, you've been here 3 years. We want to cut back a little bit.
Right.
I turned it around like that, but that's brilliant. about not being able to sleep at night. I've never heard that.
I think our biggest value is that we do make this neighborhood why it can sell $1 million house.
Yeah, you have to be able to take that and help Deb Hugh like them, who's over there competing with a bunch of agents who will do it cheaper, and so she can't be the only one who misses out on the commission versus people in Area 9. So we have to be able to make the same argument that firm's reputation to HAR, the firm's reputation to the realtor community, the firm's reputation is some inherent value in Cypress and Spring and Cinco Ranch and Sugar Land also. And it is, I think there is value in that.
We had a conversation a couple of years ago. A guy came in, he wanted to sell his lot. We sold it in like a day and a half. And he questioned.
Would they rather it take 2 years?
Well, we just went back to him and said, you've been talking to builders for the last 10 years. You've been doing this. You've been advertising. That's why when lots like that come up, we have legitimate people making quick offers, willing to pay cash and close fast. So it's not just
getting the offer, it's making sure the contract was filled out right and making sure that there was no inherent liability after the close, being able to defend the value of the price to the appraisal world, making sure that the lender's doing what they're doing, making sure that the taxes were prorated. We didn't make money by putting out a sign, getting an offer. We made our money after that period of time, not before that period of time. Okay, I don't think we need that anymore. Okay, we will next week have a whole little program for you to send to your clients about homestead exemption.
Oh, yeah.
You sold a house last year and you represented a buyer. You're going to need to contact your buyer and let them know that they have until April 30th to fill out their homestead. And we're not going to do it all today or whatever. We're going to have it in a succinct manner for you. The links for you to send them the form, the information about making sure that they get their driver's license and their insurance all in simpatico with what it takes over years. So we're going to go over that next week, but you just kind of need to be making yourself aware that this is the period of which if they did not have homestead exemption, they need to file for homestead exemption. If they had it last year, they bought the house in 2015, then their status should have gotten their little card that says they have the same exemptions as they did before. But if you bought a house and the person had homestead exemption, it doesn't mean you're going to get homestead exemption. You're going to have to file for homestead exemption, and they are hell-bent on trying to raise as much money as they can, and they would love to find every opportunity not to grant you homestead exemption. So if you didn't do the paperwork right, you didn't fill it out on time, they're going to strip your homestead exemption away from you. If you didn't claim homestead exemption last year and you qualified, but you were after April 30th, there is a mechanism to go back and reclaim it back 1 year. So we're going to thoroughly go over all that next week and then give you the little link and the information that you need. When I walk into listings that I sold, let's say I represented the buyer, I assure you, Greenwood King mails all of those people a little letter, and it has the form and the explanation and everything there. Greenwood King's doing the exact same thing that we're doing. We just want to do it better, and I want my agents to have a better understanding of it than the Greenwood King agent. Yes?
While we're on that topic, I just closed something with a Martha Turner agent who said that their policy now is that they demand the email addresses of our clients. How do you guys feel about that?
They can't demand the email.
I said,
They have to have one or the other, because the law says that we must provide notice somehow. You must fill out something, but you can provide, it can be this
They
address.
said three points of contact. So I gave a family country home as a third.
You do not have to grant, you do not have to get, there is no law that says you have to fill out there. So I'm happy to talk to them, but they cannot require clients to get their email address. They
Well,
cannot.
thanks. I didn't mean to derail the meeting, but I wanted to put that out.
These companies that are looking after their interests, there does have to be some ability, something has to be filled out in the notice section.
Yes.
And it can be an address of anything. Does not have to be their email address.
Would you recommend your clients not put their email address there?
I don't recommend Martha Turner have your client's email address.
Yeah.
So if they want to give the title company their email address in a separate email, I have no issue with that. But the title company, mortgage company needs that contact information. You need it. The opposing side the competitor, the people that you don't want to do business with, do not need the contact information from our clients. That's how I feel about that.
They do get the contact information on the contract. They can, there's always like a little bit bleed through in the email correspondence. It's just the idea, I was like, it was more philosophical, the idea of having to turn that over to them.
Here is the kicker. So on our side, if we put in post office box 543 in Cypress, Texas in the notice, and you have to give notice, you have to write a letter and get it postmarked over there, when you want to terminate, you're supposed to terminate to the manner in which that they've done it. Now, if you terminate and you get it signed before the end of the option period, then it's fine. If you're terminating and you don't have the notice, let's say the only notice is a mailing address, you're required under the letter of law to mail that notice to those people. So it should be postmarked. So let's say you're at 4 o'clock, your option period ends at 5, and you don't have the email address of the seller, and you don't have anything signed, you can't just send an email to the other agents.
As we've always done, yeah.
Because they're not a party to the contract. You have to put into the mail the notice of the termination, unless you can get something back from them, before 4:59. If they want to be assholes.
I had no idea.
That's just how the law would work.
So then you have to take it to the post office and have a receipt then, show that you're notified a certain
It's
time.
the safest thing, yes. So don't wait till 4:59 if you don't have one of those email addresses.
I've only emailed it.
I understand, and they don't catch us on those sort of things, but we know, wherever Mark and Becky are, that what we say, what an agent says, does not necessarily mean that's what the client thinks, And so we get into some of these deals, like, it's always about the money. It's always going to get back to the money. So if you haven't done it properly and the seller wants to be an asshole about it and they want to get their lawyer about it, technically they would be correct. You must provide the written notice in whatever mechanism they gave us. And if they only give us, if they give you care of Amanda Anhorn at Greenwood King, you can email Amanda Anhorn at Greenwood King.
Wow.
So, gotta keep that one in mind. Okay, what other questions, comments do we have kicking off January of 2017? We will spend most of February in the training mode. That's kind of, I wanted us to get situated in January, get you a feel. Here, let's see, we are trying to reserve the front parking spots for our clients as they come in. Of course, if you just need to pull in and drop off a sign or something, you can pull in the front. No, there's no monitor of police over here saying you can't pull in for just a second, especially if you're just running in to get a balloon. But in general, we would like these parking spots to be for our clients. We have leased this parking lot over, behind the fences. It was part of our lease. There's ample parking for us there. I have tended to just park over here, bring up more space over there. Certainly you can park over here in this vacant lot on the corner of 8th and Studewood there. So I would just leave this for our clients because we don't want them to drive around the block 3 times and get mad and go on Swilly Hudson or something. That won't do us any good. So let's leave the front spots for our clients. We have keys available for those of you that want to key, but the easiest thing is we're going to keep a combo box over here on the 9th Street side, and the combo is going to be switched today to 0205. Okay, so it'll always be accessed if you don't have a key or you don't want to keep up with the key. There's a combo there, and you can enter the doors anytime you want. I'm not sensitive about the lights, so we generally are keeping a lot of the lights on. I want people to notice the lights at night. I think it's safer if it's lit up at night, so you don't have to turn off every light. If you're a single female worried about getting accosted over here at 9 o'clock at night, just leave the lights on. It's perfectly fine with me. We don't have to leave every light on, but the tendency is to leave the lights on. We will be getting an alarm system, and we'll just code the alarm the same thing, 0205 when it's on. It's not on currently. We have balloons now. We have helium now. We had a little shortage of helium. That's all fine. On the food setup, it's not the greatest kitchen yet. We had to close out this temporary permit, which we're really finishing up the rest of this week. Then we apply for our more permanent occupancy here. It's perfectly legal, and this is the way the system works. And then we can work a little more on our kitchen. To modify the kitchen, we would have had to wait 6 months for an approval. That doesn't seem prudent. So we had to finish what we were doing and then apply for our sign occupancy and our occupancy. So we will be getting an improved kitchen. It's kind of a makeshift thing that we got going on over here. It's just the way the city permitting works in the commercial world. So, what else was on our note? If you haven't heard any independent contractor agreement, please do so.
And Tap brought us a microwave today.
Yay! I feel like everyone kind of knows what's going on. Sandra's here. Feel free to use this area. Marketing's over in this section.
Oh, and sign up for floor time. We had a listing call come in recently,
Yeah.
so we got a lot more foot traffic too.
Yeah, so to be clear, we've gone over with the receptionist one more time here.
What?
If a lead comes in, if someone calls on your sign, we're gonna forward them to your phone call. We're not gonna get the price. If someone calls on your listing, we're not gonna give them the price. If they call here and say, that's Rhonda's listing, we're gonna forward you to Rhonda, and they go to Rhonda, and 1 hour later, they call back and say, look, I've tried 9 times to get to Rhonda. I just really want to know the price of that deal. Would we yield and probably just give them the price? We probably would. I mean, what we try and say is, Rhonda's probably showing a house right now, or could be in the middle of closing. She'll be out typically within an hour and get back with you as quickly as possible. We don't know if she's at the movie or at a closing, but at least that's going to be our story. On my listings, I don't want those leads. I don't want a phone call. I don't want someone to call me and ask me. I don't want to show it to people. I don't want any of those leads. I only want to sell my listings or sell it to people that I already have a relationship with. So any of those calls that come in on my listings, we're going to send to floor time. So that's, and if there's no one on floor time, I'm going to send them somewhere of someone that will deal with them. I do not want to show a lease. I do not want to show a house unless I have a relationship with them. So, as I put up, and so we put up 3 or 4 signs yesterday say coming soon or whatever. If they call and they call on 615 East 16th Street, we're going to give them the price. Selena can give them the price. I don't want those phone calls. But we are trying to route those things back to the floor time as much as possible. We're going to try and spiff up the non-MLS site because I'm putting things non-MLS with signed listing agreements in advance. But
you want to tell us what
leads
you have?
also can go to floor time.
You want to tell us some of what you have that's not on the MLS?
I'm happy to tell you some things that are not on MLS. We put up the sign for Bob Burleson's house at 615 East 19th Street. It is a double wide, oversized lot. So they're like 57 feet wide to begin with and 147 feet deep. And we are going to sell the whole package for $1,650,000. But if someone doesn't want the side lot, we already have a buyer for $500,000, which lowers the basis of the house, which is still on an oversized lot, to $1,150,000. We put that sign up and it said coming soon. We have my old listing of Jared Wheats, which is on 24th Street for $579. We just put the coming soon sign up. We have 942 Euclid, which is the old Fruget house with 12-foot ceilings, oversized lot, kind of by Melissa Kabbalah, with an alley, 3-car garage apartment, pool, view of downtown, $1,575,000. At 2904 Morrison, it's $1,795,000. It's 12-foot ceilings, master down, bunch of bedrooms upstairs, garage apartment, almost 9,000 square foot lot. We have 1815 Ashland townhouse, walking distance to Torchy Tacos over there for $519. We're probably not gonna put that on until March.
2620 Mishaw.
2620 Mishaw is a house I built that we sold to Jed Silverman. It's a corner lot, oversized, kind of contemporary, 3-car garage, pool, cabana. It's $1,600,000. The sign went up yesterday. Probably won't go on the MLS spread until Wednesday.
Arlington?
Yeah. Which one?
Euclid.
905 Euclid. We went ahead and put active yesterday on the MLS, but it's a 75-foot wide lot, amazing backyard, pool, tree. A redone house 10 years ago, not necessarily white at all. It has some color to it, and it's $799,900.
1618 Arlington.
1618 Arlington is a resale Allegro house with a master down, 4 bedrooms, and a little nook study thing upstairs for the garage apartment in the middle of a block. cute backyard, and it is $1,429,900.
1618 Arlington.
Beautiful house.
1515 Prince.
1515 Prince is a really cute townhouse on the other side of Shepherd between 14th and 16th. He was in 2 magazines, like Bachelor Magazine, or what was it? He was in 2, a Houstonian did a deal on Bachelor pads, and he was featured in that little deal. He's getting married now, I guess that thing worked. And that is $400,000. It's only 2 stories, it's not 3, it's front loading garage, and has a cute little backyard that's, 25 by 20 maybe. He's got AstroTurf and those bike lights and that sort of stuff. $399?
420-ish.
420? 419,900.
When's that going?
We can show it now and probably go on in 2 or 3 weeks, get past the Super Bowl, so 1515 Prince. I have 303 in Memorial, 303 Falwell. It's a 20,000 square foot lot with an amazing house. It's about $3 million. Stanmore's in River Oaks. It's in the little sections with the courtyards or whatever. So it has an alley access, but the yard is kind of that shared front yard thing. New construction, Jared Wheat, kind of modern craftsman, but in the River Oaks kind of style. White. It's $2,695,000. River Oaks deal.
Heroes is also 6.5.
6.5 backs to, it's a traditional 2-story craftsman on a 33 foot wide lot. Nice backyard. Always sell these to kids. I don't know why. Literally a gate to Onion Creek. I mean, you might want the back to Onion Creek or whatever. It will go on. We probably won't go on for a couple of months, but we can sell it now if we wanted to. It's by Bayou Banks.
Oh, yeah.
It's very cute. It's subway tiling for River Marble and hardwood floors. 619, 629.
And it's on your non-MLS?
It's non-MLS. That was their lady. Building a house for them in the Oak Forest. Got plenty more. There's got a lot of things. We have a little chalkboard in the back over there. So if you have something in particular you want to advertise, you can advertise these things. You can do a mail out. You can set up them, whatever you want to. There's a whole slew of these houses of activity that we've been working on. Same thing. When we met with them, we told them the best thing to do. Let us gauge the right time in the early part of 2017. Most of them have been accommodating to that. So those are coming on. Those are some good ones. Yes, sir?
If there's any other agents that have other things coming on, let us know, because I have people looking and nothing to sell.
Yeah, I mean, the inventory is,
I would love to be the
everything
first
is
ones to know about
pretty
these
weak.
things.
Same thing, if I need something for the police chief who wants to be zoned to Poe Elementary over there, or near at least, but it's gotta have a pool or room for a pool. Other than that, they're not that particular, but you'd be surprised how hard that is, $1 million to $1.5 million. It's just not that easy. What else we got? I think that's all.
Oh, if you do have it coming soon, make sure to email office at your PO.
Yeah, we're gonna keep a better list so we know what to do with phone calls, because we don't wanna take your coming soon lead and throw it to 4 times. They don't know anything about it anyway, right? So you have to put coming soon and your name, so we can find you. We have a coming soon and we don't have a name, so when we get the phone calls, we don't know what to do with them.
And sometimes even if they do see the sign and your name is on it, they don't remember whose name is on it.
Yeah.
So if you have a list, then we'll make sure it gets to you.
I always we get this all the time. I saw your sign. Okay. Do you know what street? I don't really remember the street. Or they're out, it's on Euclid. I'm going, well, you're in the 700 block, the 900 block, or the 1100 block. You're going to have to narrow it down just a little bit. It is funny that people do not remember streets or houses very well. Okay, any other comments? Concerns? Thank you all. Happy New Year. Yes, Becky?
The last thing I thought we were gonna talk something about a transaction software or something.
We are in February. We're going to go over all this, but the buying side, the selling side, we're going to be in the training mode in February.
There's some sort of.
Yes, there's transaction management that Laura has that we're still looking into.
Move and
Yes.
there's another one.
Yes.
Move,
Is everybody practicing with Matrix? Is anybody practicing with Matrix? We need to start practicing with Matrix, but we will go to HAR and sit in their big classroom and have a lesson on Matrix.
How do you practice with Matrix?
The beta is up. You can, everyone,
What's in the other again?
everyone should be able to do it now. I don't think you have to.
When I log in,
It'll ask you, do you want to go to Matrix?
I haven't seen that.
You can practice on Matrix now.
How does Sumbo with Fusion and?
It's fascinating. Yes,
Yeah, the last hard guy was here. He said he was gonna, or y'all were gonna work to have a class here.
we are. We're gonna go to HAR and have a class there.
Yeah.
Sean. Oh, happy end of the month.
Finally gonna get finally gonna get the B and C budget listed. I'm glad that we had a discussion on this because the guy's insisting on 5% list price, which is great. But we need a wood guy. You know, like a good wood contractor. Here, I think I know how to fix that. Yeah, of course. I need to plug the computer back in as soon as I'm done. Actually, let's put my computer back there.